Hello, good afternoon and welcome to Planet House. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about making you a priority in your life. And the topic for today's discussion is addiction. Now, over time, you may have become accustomed to, used to a certain way of behaving. And this very first section that I'm going to be talking about will be that underlying subliminal routine that will be the same for any kind of craving, whether it's sugar, alcohol, cigarettes, whatever your addiction is. There are some underlying things that are common for all three. And then I'll go into the three different topics that I'll be covering today: alcoholism, stop smoking, and addiction to sugar, as separate sections, because they're all a little bit different in terms of how hypnosis can help you overcome those addictions. So first, let's look at what's common with all addiction. The very first thing is you have to wish to break away from this addiction. So if you're looking to change the way your relationship is with whatever it is that's controlling you, the first thing you need is the wish to change, whatever it is that you want to stop doing. That's the very first thing. So the wish. The second is determination. Just as you've had the determination for days, weeks, or perhaps even years of being addicted to a certain kind of behavior, so you can become professionally good at not drinking, not smoking, and not taking excess sugar or excess food. So that determination is a key factor in staying the course once you've taken that leap to change the way that you're behaving. And the final and maybe most important is that spark of initiative, that spark of joy, that spark of humor to just keep you going once you've decided to make the change for the better. That open-mindedness, that awareness that it's serious, yes, it is an addiction that needs to be faced, but at the same time, if you keep that open-minded attitude, if you keep rolling with the punches and moving forward in a positive way, it's really going to make the journey that much better. So the very first issue that I'm going to talk to you all about today is alcoholism. Now, one thing that's very important to realize is that alcohol literally changes the chemistry of your brain. So I'm going to say that again. When you drink alcohol, it changes the chemistry of your brain. And because it does that, it affects your decision making. That's an important thing to be aware of. And second, it lowers your inhibitions and it impairs your judgment. So there are two parts of the brain that will help you make wise decisions, and those are affected by alcohol. The second thing about the alcohol and the transformation of the brain is euphoria. You actually feel great pleasure. It activates those pleasure points, those reward points inside of your brain. So that hit or that high or however you describe it in your body, that euphoria that you get from alcohol is real. And that's something that you need to be aware of as well when you take the decision to stop drinking alcohol or drinking alcohol to excess, that you need to get that euphoria in a different way. Those endorphins can be released in a multitude of healthier ways than taking that extra drink of alcohol. So that brain chemistry, if you're aware that the brain chemistry is changing, you also need to be aware that when you come off alcohol, there are withdrawal symptoms. Your body's become used to that hit. It's actually altered the chemistry of the brain to take in that alcohol. So when you stop drinking alcohol, if you've been drinking alcohol for a long time and you have been diagnosed with alcoholism, your body goes through severe withdrawal symptoms. You can have anything from shaking hands, nausea, you could have night tremors, insomnia, anxiety, depression, blackouts, and even seizures as part of your detox from alcohol. It's really very severe. It can become almost fatal. And so when you understand that going into drinking alcohol for pleasure and coming out of that trance almost, that alcohol is a way of getting that pleasure point, you need to be very aware of the dangers of being under the influence of alcohol. And in many countries, you may be aware, driving under the influence of alcohol is given very severe penalties precisely because you're not making those decisions as wisely as you might otherwise. Your response times are not as fast. But on a psychological level, when you make the decision, remember that wish, that decision to change, you've got to be aware of what's going to be happening to your body physiologically, what's going to be happening to your body physically when you withdraw that alcohol from your system. And this is where hypnosis can help with all three aspects. Number one, if your wish is a keen wish and desire, even if it's just popped into your mind right now, to stop drinking alcohol in excess, hypnosis can crystallize that goal and really get that deep into your subconscious mind that this is it, I really want to stop. The second is the determination. Just as you become a professional drinker and very good at what you're doing when you're in that trance of drinking alcohol, so hypnosis can teach you to use that habit in a different and more exciting way for you, that's more sustainable for your health, that's better for you in so many ways. And that detox process. So the cravings, the feeling of nausea, those are real, but through hypnosis you can lessen the effects that they have on your mind. You can lessen the cravings, you can lighten the burden, because you are going to be going through that detox no matter what. So the hypnosis can alleviate that process. And finally, that open-mindedness, that there is hope ahead, that there are solutions ahead, and there are people who have used hypnosis very successfully to combat alcoholism. That is going to be available to you as well, keeping your spirits up and keeping your mind open to the possibility of freedom from this very insidious drug, which alcohol can be in your life, and taking over pretty much how you think, how you behave, and how you feel. So on that note of hope, I'm going to now switch over to speaking a little bit about stop smoking, and some of the things that are common with the alcoholism I'll bring in, but there's some other differences as well. Okay, so see you in just a minute. Thank you.